kwanim na wo de
ayo mama akwa ba se si ja mu akwa ba dadai na da bokrata no de nsa ka me bobo so ma tew no a na ma sorry so na wadaroma GJA enya enfiedu makoma kwaduoso enum 75 years ya ensem twofon ka bomu ko ebebo ade e wo mayimu na kakran panyefo apa 75th anniversary omo apa hontoma ama opanyi Sam Jonah se Sam Jonah akọ kasa na wama ensem twofo enkranse wo se ensem twofo adwuma na ye no ne kwan so ano no ye ka de oni kamafo de nano enreche ye kana sema no maninya anoyie na eno na wo chesensem twofo nkoso a emodwumaden na afi wenso akwakoye abato afe no de ye twro de ye kan nyina no enye de ebo asomdwe ho dawro na eka asomdwe ho nsem kosisa abato no beba so ne abato na chi nyina no enye asomdwe ensem nko a eno dan chen so se ensem twofo nya akukudro na womu enye hu bia enfi womu mu na wontumi enye dwuma no ensom omanfo ensom Ghana yewura eye Sam Jonah ensema wode atodwa enonom na owura Alan Kwadwo Chairman to bada obokrata daily graphic ma ne fa etoso dumiensa na sema woka no ene say so wono akoye kandifo ya woda movement for change M4C ano na wono aso ehye che Ghana fo nyina sese wono eba ebeye mampani ewo nyame ya doma December 7 aba Ghana fo wo yobia ekwakoto akoyi ne mampani no woso no senchichemu we wa ha wejina ha eno ebi so na mamuomu de obeye ne se eye MPPO se eye NDCO se chese wo si wo bibia we no eye amamu a eye inclusiveness obia wo mu bi ya obia benya na musini na aboama oman no akoso eno ene asema wode atodwa e wo se ya da bokratan so no abomu amane wo so sha asa MPP ndisi amantitimuni ade wejina ha wo se enye no ene Ghana wo pe enye no ene dachi a wo pe e de ama oman Ghana enti eno enso eho asem e da ha sei na Saglemi housing project ya mampani dada John Dramani Mahama ehya ase meno ekasei anwene se no afei ena aban abiemu a wo mo etwen na wo beji proposals a ankrankre wo mo kiteska ni bia wo betumi dia kwoto aso awie na aja ne dwuma ne botanti a Saglemi adan no empanyifo siye no yaduru ho nti no wo ho na hye obotom ne mu ye na betumi adi sa dwuma ye wadaroma kɔ na Saglemi no ewesi ye hia investors wadaroma bomodia ne bebo pin ho no fa proposal ne ko na nyame ye wadom na wosaka kosiesie mayen na omanfo Ghana fo enya so emfaso mame fa wo emra daily guide na yenyina katafa to so miensa CJ se wonim se eye electoral commission wom wo court ni nyina ene se enipa nan bia isi adwuma fo ye miensa ena sukuni baako na nipa miensa no eye Philip Latte ono ye lebra ewo yisi ho a Benjamin Fienyi ono ye security man Joseph Blankson Adumazi ono eye database administrator ena Clifford Yeboa eye student nipa enan yi na isi de so boa bom ese wo model laptop computer CB no makomako enum ena ode so boa ebom so wo na wo mo awia enti se no quarter kwa setena ama ekowi achi no quarter remande wo mo a enhwehwemu eguso ekoso dendenden daily guide ebomu amane ewo ha na eno edan chen so a we any story na me se hia me pa ewo kratafa etoso ensia na usabe ka se efa ma ho ena na me boso no na de wo mu nie Omampani abedi akire Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ena wode atodwa ese eho hia yie pa ese ema ebenya support ema ebenya achitaye na aboa ama eneya ewiase no edane enyoma nyina ekọ digital no eno so aboa ma ensakraye no ayedwuma na wode ato ema ya wo so ewo nwumanwuma ne ade anim musamani bi wo mo adoma kyede pa ema ni bi ya wo a wo ye hard workers ye ka hard working ema enye ya no hard working ni bia ne cheso oba wode ne saye adwuma oba wo ye entrepreneur oba wo no akasa sori ne wo koba hu sabi na ye ka ne nyina eye na eno ene wo kyese ho akohia ese omanfo nyina no ebema ema atitaye sonko na wo madwuma wo eye no akosom wode nsebo nyina tudwa ebra Ghana Female Chief Executive Officers CEO sa wo ewo man mo ye ema wo yo mu hyemu dia etoso ensom ewo enkran he ya enra enadwuma die no ekoso na wo sha na etipa edasonom was leading Ghana's Renaissance women CEOs shaping the future of business and innovation. It is here Emma woman yimu a wom chief executive officers no and na Dr. Mahmoud Bomiako Kasa was here what you say was here Emma no etchayesa.
Abena mene Honorable Andrew Ejapa Mesa or member of parliament for Second D constituency and former Deputy Energy Minister, now the Tourism Minister designate, Tourism, Arts and Culture designate. Honorable Gentleman.
CJ,
but that's it. This is my dear incumbent. Why is it honorable?
They retained the Deputy Minister for Energy and Minister designate for tourism.
For tourism,
I'm still working.
Okay, you are still working as the Deputy Minister Energy.
That's right.
Okay. So, and the inauguration of Kumasi 1 thermal plant. I think this should be good news, especially for you as the Deputy Energy Minister. Also, then, Honorable.
Certainly is good news. The process of transmission reliability, grid stability, will start with the implementation of a new power enclave in the middle belt of Ghana. Coincidentally, over Ahomaso. It certainly is good news. They manage or manage electricity system. Apart from generation, there were hydro and thermal sources. Transmission, so here. And of course, we use ECG by way of distribution.
Yes.
And there was sufficient generation. No transmission infrastructure no on distribution no on Admata.
No.
Say our distribution capacity. No transmission on Yeduma. Electricity want to generate ground transmit in broad and Fonko if Mankofu Yadan will use on Quejuma Mankofu will use. Our same way our good transmission system. Not a new generation. No power can be transmitted for the distributor to distribute. Into all three legs mean the generation side, the transmission side, and then the distribution side have to be in alignment. And to deliver reliable power to all consumers. Into what your grid studies, for example, we determine load centers are all there. And for the longest, only load center. You decided that no, you be here be Western Enclave. You set up load center or Western Enclave. Then it became apparent that you be here be Tema. And you set up another load center or Tema. And subsequently, what be apparent there, you be here load center or middle belt. Into Yako set up, of course, Bui or middle, but on a picking plant to Akusobo. Picking plant, the peak period no here never complement then electricity generation. That's why they call it picking plant.
Yes.
Into some papa. Oboboa my economic growth no one can win the power they in role or play in the economic activity. Be sure that over the past 2-3 months the issues in Katanga or Wabu Prima you could resolve and especially the president they're gonna fast I'll say that we are working on it to make sure that all the little issues are all hobiano the clear now. For the past 7 years, they deliver consistent supply of power yeah, continue in our 8 years.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, but the question would be there now that the plant has been inaugurated without the needed fuel, which of course has become a challenge. The plant will be of no use. What is the strategy? And
yeah, to make them statement in the answer on say power system now.
Okay.
The engineering need now on task. Another otasi, but wapayo inti okan biara.
Okay.
Presently, in fact, Monko Ichi Kakra. Timer, yeah, Jubilee Field Discovery. Right?
Yes.
President Kufuor negotiated with the operators, no, Talu, no, the Cosmos, no, for free gas. In a field, no, oil, predominantly oil field, but it had associated gas. So what on oil no good here? Obenya wano fasun na obenya biya. In the associated gas no what Jubilee no. President Kufuor negotiated the 200 billion scaf. Ghana be using for free in Tiakao. For the past 10 years, they use them 200 BCF no. Mawasa on the front foundation volumes. Ma yaba post foundation fees are on the Tiakao, but of course. Relatively reduced price. Germany and first power gas filter of the gas bagana. Now subsequently, ENI4 what discover gas or Sankofa field, and you sign a contract there, but for 2-3 years, what started will produce gas no. Need equipment they use gas no. Instead of gas, you check out what this for man. Some no contract not finally beginning. You check out every month they check $49-50 million. The way we pump gas no that's your phone. No what I'm saying. And see, now the Uncle Kufuor Abena Opokua decided that you move them American plant. In fact, we actually took a bigger one. Now you're from Western region. You think it's a never base. Now immediately. You consume gas because gas no take or pay. You use able to account.
Yeah.
What is your phone man?
Yeah.
Because we didn't have a use for it. If you move the American plant, no, you the call takrade to consume a greater chunk of the gas. Still, not excess for her. So what did we do? You need West African gas pipeline for wire pipeline all the way from Nigeria was able to do takrade. You don't want agreement there. You install system be TTIP, Takrade Tema Interconnection Project. What Takrade excess gas no Western region though. You move Yedeba Tema, right? To power the plant. Your friend reverse flow. Only you check out. In December, how baby day any Wapkufo invoices be on the way delay. But what tender pipe off into move flow gas.
That's true. Yeah.
Now, what this pipeline to Tema to Kumasi does, and James of with the pipeline through some arrangement with GMPs on the Ghana gas, ended that or 2-4 or that to commissioning. And finally, our muscle plant is so K1 TPP, so President commissioning. What that then does is that it gives us control. Because then the James of one pipeline, though, how we are paying them. On the discounted gas price, yes, I'm one. And also, who political day, Okruma, Sebeka, 2 years ago, thereabout, now I'm against a full cheap gas and no one can hold. It was actually a swap arrangement that, look, you do the investment and build a pipeline. We repay you back with some discount on the gas at airport so that, and must be a pipeline now, you to me, then you use. If you have reserve capacity or GMPC or reserve capacity, they don't have to pay. If one gas or the for Wapku, wait here, or the Tema, more about power plants or Temano, can easily be moved to this pipeline, what you call it, plant in Kumasi. Now, another benefit is there. Reverse flow no, or limit capacity or intake capacity or Tema. Then the Mofi Nigeria the Mofi Takrabin Bainano or go through the lateral pipeline into Tema.
Yeah.
There's a limitation on increasing the gas flow from Nigeria.
Me too.
But if you are not reversing from Takrady to Tema, now edgy from only Nigeria, it gives you room to take more from Nigeria than when you are reversing. That then creates the limitation. In moving the gas to the middle belt, frees up space to get more gas from Nigeria. Then when a negotiator, where you're prepared to increase the volumes that you consume.
Okay. Internet, the fears, the needed gas to power a plant, and it's not there. I see.
Indeed, and in fact, American plants here, them plants here to American.
Yes.
Right. Yes, for any contract for 5 years. The one won't be the one won't operate 5 years for.
Yeah.
Now we hand over that man. We hand over February, March 2021. Usabwa the answer that. That's it. CJ.
Yeah, well, me too.
What one are there? No, but because I think they don't make it other who they be on the 8 danger. In business that danger can then say.
No. Danger about the answer that.
Because we don't need it. SS capacity, and this is where to every day. Don't you know? Abwazi American Plenty is a typical example of the SS capacity. 250 megawatts. So, yeah.
No, Niji, Osuhani here, na yenyi kani so. Then what's the use?
So it's not a question of generation.
What was the question? What's the challenge?
But of course, it's a multiple. ECG, one part home, maintenance problems were hot, and in all honesty, full problems were hot. And so, if you move the plant to Kumasi, it helps you in your grid stability, because at every day there are no grid corrosion. Okay, this plant should come on, this plant should stay off this plant. So, maybe your friend merit on that dispatch. Every day, we will decide the plants are one dispatch, non-generate power for men. And see, if this plant goes to Kumasi or Takrady for the time being, use because you want excess. On the no one bound for soda. No. So the excess capacity is shrinking. But yet, start yet one Namara, yes, gradually adding additional capacity from 2027.
Okay.
It's I signed a contract with AXA. The 2027-2028 1 year power plant will Kumasi another 350 megawatts. Will Kumasi the minister will make a statement there. We are planning to build an 800 megawatt power enclave in Kumasi. Send it for one plant practically unused. So they are also planning to move it to Kumasi so that we can intensify and upgrade the low capacity in the middle belt to serve the rest.
Okay, Honorable, bringing to my last question. Timetable, load shedding timetable. Abena Nsem, Anna, no, the my boss, or can ya? Honorable,
boss, one can know here. I have been more situated in context. Problem it is not one that short capacity, say 200 megawatts and now 400 megawatts. Get him there for the next 1 month and now 2 months. Mm-hmm. We won't have capacity. Mm-hmm. In the young program to meet that. In that 10, or not 20, or not 40, or not 50, or not 10. So how are you able to plan to then enable you give a timetable? Issues will be so hard. Oh yeah. What you call it, transformer. So how do you determine transformer out in what neighborhood to give a timetable? That's the challenge. Yes, and when we met the energy committee, 2 weeks ago, more graphs to me now have PURCY assessment. Of course, March it was more intense. February, very unpredictable. January, practically practically non-existent. But how to resolve that problem? By end of this month, we do some. Then now about Bazi. And so it is not a number of days. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you published Doom's timetable, and better still, Doom's CSA timetable. Okay.
You know.
Because we knew that lines a year string from Akosombo to Tema. But my shortage be of a certain number for occasion. And see, you have to take that power off. And see, you know, as a matter of fact, that for the period we now I shot 300 megawatts. And if able to deploy by way of timetable, and so you do that. But if there were uncertain situation or fluctuate up and down then it makes it difficult because assuming they are published doom sort timetable, they your capacity able to lose. But they are published timetable Adom FM now buckle off. And see HR why a program in fact that I'm a big man because it's been programmed that light buckle off. And then we don't attain that level of shortage or China. So the light doesn't go off. What have we done? And so yes, we recognize the uncertainty, will create a problem. But the difficulty I was in there, that uncertainty itself has not been firmed up in such a manner that would enable us ourselves to provide young consumers with some certain timetable.
Okay, but
disrupt one business. But the assurance is that Juma, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe and Eudon Dan Pekasa, is action oriented. Let him focus on the job and get the solution. And the solution the bar that will be what will let them to remain. That's why the and exactly the president of saying that he knows the challenge that Nkofu Wunya, and we all recognize it.
Okay, but
we are working around the clock to make sure that as soon as possible those problems are eliminated, so that they are back to what rightfully Ghana food deserve. I enjoy for 7 years. Near 8 years, Neabama, Dam Ehono, Wabama, Ghana for Abetagian, Masamahama title.
Okay.
No, 4 years.
Matase, but PURC is fine on ECG. You've explained what reasons now, but PURC will find ECG justifiable. No quanda.
Well, as regulators know, they have a duty to execute. I believe that Wama ECG for notice, they won't comply with certain directives within a certain time frame. And see, in the ECG, when them directives now, and as regulator, if he wants to instill some discipline, bring sanity into the system now, these are the tools. Just so that Ochina will be able that entity really can bite and work in the public interest.
Okay.
And see, I don't know about the figure whether it's justifiable. I mean, mechanism. Will use it to arrive at the figure, but
I think they talk about some penalty unit to be what they
yeah, but of course in German they impose a penalty.
Yeah.
Now apply unit we arrive at the figure.
Okay.
See, still my point still remains valid. I don't know, but there again I think that future ain't able to the or they you follow
okay. All right. But that's
so
it.
That you too, Ghana for win ya home for
that's it.
For service when you make it, maybe they provide them.
That's it.
Ghana for. I think that it's in order.
Okay. Deputy Energy Minister, correct, and now Minister Designate. Tourism, Arts and Culture.
Happy birthday in advance.
That's it. Member of Parliament for Secondary Constituency and Deputy Energy Minister and the new Minister Designate Tourism, Arts and Culture, lawyer Andrew ejapa mesa ene no twetwe nkomo no abna
see
yep
Mamento aso na se na mebo amane no Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ensema wodi tu dwa say enkoso ane entai emachi na sige ho no ode mekoba na mefa so atia ya mame na na yi agomwa central sige so tene nkache na na yi agomwa central wo se ho pa na mebo ne ho kobo bi akyerenti mama babia obi anopai ye cheche pa se ukogomwa central nya de ketwa se mea many sisters keepers association akoho ye koya doye mama mpanyi form wane nkokra na wo ho no na wono abobai said your manfo che se dano na misia no 101 sije oyobi a che se owo form kra nka babi anka behunu no ni pa twa no hwa wo ben kra na epia to twene enye bi ni na na ye ntina mame de wo ye na koso sa wate na ebodwumade fa mo manfo gomu central mekana na ho asem later na sije asem wo me pese bi nya daje na metire mu siase ematiefo abrantie so no so ye businessman na wo bon krono a wo target esikafo mpanyifo ene wo bon krono no sije tie nchemu no omo chesa abrantie yi ye frɛ no Yahuza Osumanu na December wa fie twam ne da na etoso miensa na branche no du miensa mpo ekodi bonni a etisa na areho pa se yo mo chese oboru afi honom no na okoto owuraire Matilda Yaba Amisa Arthur kani second lady edi mo man yi wo mo chese wo ni to pempem mamne de ni ti bobo ofo mama no okokoma conscious and wo wie ye ne chese wo sesa ne nyoma omo chese we nya de di kan po wadi kan abokro no bi wo tesa no airport residential area ho ridge cantonment ye ne nyina won kan hanom no ho na ye ne target na kwan ya wo fa so rafie ho de CJ kwan ya wo fa so rafie ho no na posifo chese odi sa adwuma omo say niema wo wie ankrofo ye se ne ye frɛ wo chi bi CJ wo da wo ta abobo bi na bo yin to de See Rolex watch, unim Rolex watch. Unim. Yes. Ba ko na ka ho no unim no say designer. Unim no.
Na bebe so bona mi
say wie nkatie bi ni ade bi sa. Okay. Katie na you are saying katie wo de wa na.
Abramo.
Enti katie. CJ. Sa watches ni nyina bi unim sa brand wie aye na omo keka ne omo sesa ye nkrofo gold watches mu bobo mu a $236,000 na ekowie na 25,000 Ghana cedis eka ho chese sika ne de bebre no a na se omo chese okọ ye maame ye second lady former second lady ho yi no okọ fa safe anko odi dwane na sa security guard be pie so nti odi no si ho
akokukuru safe ni nyina amanfo wo vim
omo wo vim me pese me kan sem yisi na atie 40 ase pa etu ode safe ni ja honye sade anka de kwanko de kwaka ho na enna posifo de di echa ye hwehwemu ano munya information yesi ba bi obokro no nyina na CCTV cameras a capture ni nyina wagie tum sampa ono na videos ni nyina no CCTV ye say mon ko Franco Trading Enterprise nkoto bie no enna acho mu nyina nti no enu owom enna wagie tum say yampa eyo no a na seje de tie ni say omo mokọ domi pillar 2 ho no mote sa branch na ete wo mo koye no wo man kwankoto no wo man koto obi ho no mo enso mo bo search wo dan ni mu no wo mo ko hu toy gun say yes etuo na ode na mo di sadwuma no eye toy o
wow
enye real etuo inte no ode ba sa wo yes to bona na so de ahunu ane ade na chese de ho bia wo de ama no eno achi nso no omo chese motorbikes yes 3 power motorbikes toy gun jewelries bebre assorted chese ebi wo ho no mo bie na electronic devices nso na ebi ho na o jack knife na Toyota Prado vehicle ibia yen register ye na wasan so e wo Lexus vehicle car no so no yen register ye na motorbikes miensa na December bosumi nam ne da etoso edunum no na posifo so munya information sa branch no wakasoa na ne pabam wo mutu so wo mu koye se ne no wote Honda CR-V BA front eno so no yen register ya wote front wa jese wode ne nam na ne omo che no boko ede ne baye wagie tumu se krono ni nyina wona abo ene to no so toy Ghana posifo kwato ofie honom no eye ne dia pepepe
se wagie atum nti we no ano no
enti se no se quarter mande no na
se wagie atum
ye se wagie atum abrantie wadi boni o na yesi japade a watoto no nye japade ketwa
obeto na unse ka se gufie ho
emunsase na sige enti daily guide mu amane eno no na enipa nan so a no kwa de sema boso wo mo ye adwuma e wo ECS say emra aso mu no eno eda ha na sige me wie ye papa Sam Joda de no so ma boso da bokrata de dodo no ano na ensem kro no a na no kro abo ne na chese ma me fa wie why ma me wie na me fa birthday no